So before we get into all this video, I just want to say one thing and one thing only. Shout out to me and to Rogue Gold, because we actually made a few videos a while back about TU16 and possibly what the devs were going to do about this kind of stuff. If y'all don't know, you can go look at it. I'll even put the link in the description and in the comments. But we told y'all about this kind of stuff, and other people want to sit here and say that we were not being truthful. We didn't have any evidence or anything like that yet. Before then, we actually listened to the devs, and they talked about doing revamps and things of this nature. Now, the reason I'm saying a shout out to me and him is because apparently we brought up something to the devs about grenades, and that is what's held off the update for the specialist. Because if, say, you're in the PvP community and you know about this, if you can put whatever grenade on to your character, you're going to put the fire grenade, and then basically nobody's going to be able to shoot, nobody's going to be able to do anything. So then we also got this EFT thing, which is going to allow people like him and me and other ones who want to do PvP to actually communicate to the devs and say, hey, this is what we want for PvP, and other people who want PvE, they're going to be able to do the same there. So this is going to help out change a lot of things for the Division community, which could be a really good thing or could be detrimental. So we want to make sure we get the right people in there and the right things that we want to talk about. So let's get into some of the stuff that the devs showed and what they talked about, and my take on some of these things. Even though I don't like doing my take, I'd rather just give you kind of like just an ideal and let you do your own thinking. Now this will be kind of short and simple. They're just talking about the seasons. We got season 10 upcoming in September. We got season 11 coming somewhere around December. And from what we do understand, potentially Heartland will be coming out about March or so, 2023. Now I will be doing a event to get your best PvP videos out there, and I will declare 3 winners of those, and whoever does for Heartland, I'll give you a little surprise. Now, as you can see here, we're also going over the specialist revamp, which I told y'all should be coming in the TU16. But again, because of Rogue Gold and me, we actually brought this to the devs' attention about the grenades. This is what's held it off. So they said that they will be releasing it when they can and stuff like that. Like I said, the devs never keep their word at times. They just put this stuff out there, and then they're like, well, we saw this here problem, so let's redo it. We'll put it out at a different time. Now, the EFT Foxtrot, this has got me really excited because, one, I would love to give my devs part of my mind in a good way. Devs, if you see this video, in a good way, because there's a lot of things, and I've talked about this on several of my videos and several of my live ones, and there's tons of talents out there that need perfect talents, as well as some of them need to be upped, not nerfed, upped, so that way other builds can compete with other builds. So me personally, I would love to do this. Now I will be applying for this. If the devs don't choose me, that's on them. But again, I'm a PvE and a PvP player, so I like to do both of them so I can give you the best of both worlds and no nerfs. But on this right here, this is going to be interesting because we're talking about going from normal to hard to challenging to heroic. Technically, right now, this stuff is already kind of on heroic, so why are we getting a dull down on this? From what I understood, it was supposed to be getting it up, potentially going to like legendary, being able to put on different things, like maybe skill cooldowns, some other things like that. So why are we getting a normal and a hard and a challenging? This should just stay as heroic and up to legendary. Like, this right here makes absolutely no sense to me, as a player, because if I'm going in there as normal or hard or challenging, that potentially also means that the loot's going to drop as purple. I don't want that. You don't want that. Who the hell thought of this? Keep it on heroic or legendary. That's it. Now, as for this right here, I get that people are getting agitated at counting down when they get kicked by, say, the leader or something like that, and I get that the loot buff and all that, that's a great idea to keep players in longer. New countermeasures and extra challenges and stuff, that's also cool to keep players in there playing. But there's tons of videos out here. There's tons of people who know what they're doing. They're commenting. They're in party chat and they're talking in game chat because they're tired of players calling the rope before the 4-second mark and screwing every player out of this. So if devs, rather than kicking players, which I'm glad you're doing it, maybe you should add into there that the rope will automatically be called. Maybe only the party leader can call the rope. Maybe come up with that. Again, that's why I want to be part of that EFT thing. So to finish it all off, everything that I'm seeing from the developers, I'm going to be honest, it sounds good. It all sounds good. But my biggest concern is they still cannot fix things in PvP. There are still 5 glitches in PvP currently as we speak right now. There's other visual, like some of your weapons, they don't have their specialty abilities, like putting on things of their camos. There's still tons of glitches in the current game that they haven't even fully addressed. They said that they're looking into it, yet they go in there and fix one tiny little one that I noticed, which was the M1A. I showed it in one of my videos. They wouldn't patch that one, but I didn't see that one in any of the patch notes. There's things that they throw out here into these patch notes that they don't actually put into them actually, and they just go in here and do it, and they don't let you know about this kind of stuff. If I become one of these EFT guys, believe me, I'm going to give these guys a piece of my mind properly, respectfully, and everything, but I'm going to go as hard as I can to give you guys nothing but gains and no nerfs. Nothing. That is what I promise if I get that. Now, I don't know if there's a voting system or whatever. I'm pray to God you guys will spare this and show it to the devs.